I'm Brian Professor B. Davis, and this is your San Francisco 49ers post-game recap for NinersRadio.com. Well, the story and the beat goes on, and the story is the same. Even as Richard Sherman goes to his former team and now plays for the 49ers, nothing changes as the Seattle Seahawks continue their domination over your San Francisco 49ers, and they did it once again Sunday afternoon over at CenturyLink Field up at the Pacific Northwest in Seattle as the Seahawks beat the Niners 43-16 as the Seahawks have now won 10 straight over San Francisco, including the NFC Championship 5 years ago. 12 out of the last 13 since week number 16 of 2012, and they're now 15 of their last 18 games up at Quest/CenturyLink Field since 2003. The Seahawks have totally dominated San Francisco in recent years. As look at some of the stats, Nick Mullins was 30 out of 48 for 413 yards. He threw for 2 touchdowns and an interception. Jeff Wilson, 15 carries for 61 yards, averaging 4.1 yards a pop. And then he also caught 8 passes for 73 yards. And he ended up, for the day, getting 134 yards, all-purpose yards from scrimmage. Also, Dante Pettis in his also replacing for the inactive Marquise Goodwin, who's still out with personal family issues, non-football related. He ended up having a game 5 catches for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. He averaged 25.6 yards a catch, and he was the star of the day. Brinston Buckner had 2 sacks. George Kittle had a bounce-back game, not a bad game, 6 catches for 70 yards, averaging 11.7 yards a catch. Kendrick Bourne ended up having 4 catches for 65 yards, averaging 15 yards a catch. Matt Breida, who had with his foot reacting up again, he did not play not that much. He only had 3 catches for 51 yards, and then the foot was acting up again, and he did not return in the contest. So, and then Russell Wilson, he threw for 185 yards in the contest, and Bobby Wagner's interception ended up for 98 yards, ended up sealing San Francisco's fate. And Pete Carroll, now tied with the win, ties Mike Holmgren for the most victories by a Seahawks head coach in franchise history. So, with the loss, the Niners dropped to 2-10, and it's now the 4th consecutive year that the Niners have lost at least 10 games or more. For the 4th consecutive year, the Seahawks improved their record to 7-5, and these two teams will hook up in 2 weeks from today when the two teams will reconvene out at Levis Stadium in San Francisco, as the Niners have never beaten the Seahawks at Levi Stadium in their 5th year of existence. So the Niners will be back in action 1 week from today as they'll take on the Denver Broncos out at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The kickoff time is at 1:05 p.m. Pacific. The game will be seen locally on KPIX CBS-5, the exclusive channel and network home of Super Bowl LIII in February. And we'll have our 49ers pregame show at Empire Row in Santa Clara. We'll have a pregame tailgate show just before kickoff. And we'll also remind you we'll have DJ MD 2020 in the mix and the cast of thousands at the Empire Row just before kickoff, before the Niners take on the Denver Broncos, the first of 3 consecutive home games at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. And also a reminder, it'll be clear tote bag giveaway for all the fans coming to next Sunday's game at Levi Stadium. Get your tickets at 49ers.com for that and for all of 49ers news and more information. Once again, and also a reminder coming up, it will be the 49ers weekly radio show. Join Brian Bauer and Dina Howard and a special guest on NinersRadio.com Tuesday night at 7:30 Pacific on NinersRadio.com. Once again, the final score Sunday afternoon. Niners lose to the Seahawks for the 10th straight time, 43-16 Seahawks over your San Francisco 49ers. From the Kezar Pub here in San Francisco, right on the border of Golden Gate Park, so long. You've been watching 49ers postgame recap on NinersRadio.com. Faithful then, faithful now.